welcome to my first ever unboxing video of anything. So what I'm unboxing here is this fancy Red Dragon mechanical keyboard. I'll put the full title somewhere in this video. So I decided to take the plunge and get a mechanical keyboard, and I didn't necessarily see the value of going with like a $200 name brand mechanical keyboard, because at the end of the day I find the mouse is probably a lot more of the important part of the setup. The keyboard, yeah, it's got a purpose, but I was mostly just looking for something with a little bit faster response time to what I've been using, which is a keyboard that's actually physically falling apart. So anything's an upgrade from that. So got the box open. First thing that surprised me is exactly how heavy this thing is. It's quite a bit shorter than a traditional keyboard because it doesn't have the numpad, but it feels substantial, like it weighs a lot. So in the box you have the manual, and then you have the key puller there, and of course bubble wrap if you want to entertain yourself when you're not using your keyboard. So first impressions out of the package, it's kind of a matte finish. It doesn't look like something that would pick up a bunch of fingerprints. Here's the little are you happy or are you not happy card. I would give it the thumbs up, because so far it's been quite good for me. I'll actually have some more videos talking about how it performs in-game, most likely using Fortnite. So it comes with a little manual. It's not like full color or anything, but then again, at the end of the day, it is a keyboard. And there is some information in there about some of the function keys and stuff like that, which can be handy given that there are some like keys for turning on the lights. So I decided to actually try the key puller here, and just grabbed part of my WASD here, pull it out. It comes off really easy, and the keys are kind of an unusual design. They're almost slightly conical, so the top's a little bit narrower than the base. You can see the blue switch there. I don't think they're like official cherry switches, but it's, from what I hear, it's a pretty good emulation thereof. I've only really used membrane keyboards, so I don't actually have mechanical keyboards to compare it against, but the clickiness is very good. So welcome to the second part of my review slash unboxing of the Red Dragon mechanical gaming keyboard. And I thought, what better way to demonstrate the keyboard than using it in the world's most popular game, at least at this moment in time. So one thing that you'll probably notice right away, if you can hear, is you can definitely hear the keyboard in the background. If you're trying to keep quiet and you have other people around you that you don't want to bother, this may not be the best option for you, because there is a distinct clickiness that you'll hear for pretty much any motion that you make in the game. Hopefully it comes up across over my microphone, because it is not subtle. Other than that, the keyboard itself, especially the way I use it right now, which is suspended on my lap because I play video games on the couch, it works really well with that because it is such a substantial base. So it feels nice and planted. And I imagine if you have this on a desk with a more traditional keyboard setup, that would definitely be even more comfortable. But yeah, interestingly enough, in this particular format, it is quite comfortable. I can say that the changeover for me between using a membrane keyboard and this one was pretty much instantaneous. I haven't really like fat fingered anything as a result of the change. I haven't like really missed any steps. I wouldn't say that it's had like some crazy big improvement to my game or anything like that, but it definitely has had no detriment, which is important because you kind of need to build up your muscle memory for these type of games. So just some of the stuff you'll notice is the keys themselves kind of sit a little bit higher than they would with a typical membrane keypad, and I guess part of the reason too is I've used actually a Bluetooth PS4 keyboard, which sits actually very low profile, so this is a big change for me with regards to that ergonomics. I don't know if it would be tiring per se, but it's definitely different. But you definitely get a really good sense of where all the keys are. I don't imagine you could really fumble your keys unless you're moving your hands around for some reason. And I think you'd have to be a pretty new first-person shooter player for that to happen. Yeah, I've never had any like key presses not be recognized or anything like that. I currently don't really pay much attention to the ambient lighting. I think if I had more of a gamer-focused setup where I was using the using the different lighting settings on the headset and all the other components of my setup, then maybe I would consider the RGB lighting on the keyboard a big deal. I'm just using the red lit version, but the light's very bright. I know you can do like the breathing function, stuff like that. My kid thinks that's cool for what it's worth. But yeah, like I said, if you have a setup that uses it, it's probably something that you can definitely work in with the rest of your equipment if you're using the RGB brightness type stuff. In game, if you have your auto keybind set to your keyboard, I don't really have any issues. So like I'm playing Fortnite here, I don't think there's anyone around. So if I want to put up like a quick 1x1, switch my walls, spin around, put my ramp, my floor. Oh, I goofed it. My edits. So it definitely hasn't had any kind of detrimental effect on my game. And if anything, I think once I kind of get used to it, it'll make me a much better player. Just because it does have that really positive feedback and really easy to find where your main keys are. So yeah, so kind of conclude my review for the price that you're paying and for how solidly constructed this thing is. Some of the additional the things you get, like the backlighting if you pay for that model, and you have the key puller and stuff like that. I think it's a really good value. I don't know what it is I would find in a name brand keyboard that I wouldn't have in this, and I don't really care about the lack of number pad. Maybe like some more programmable macros might matter to somebody else. For me, I just kind of like the simplistic design. So yeah, all in all, I can definitely say it was a great buy, and I would definitely recommend Red Dragon as a company, and I will look at getting perhaps more of their stuff in the future. Thanks for watching.